Why do we procrastinate? The journey to get your dream body looks insanely far away, insanely complicated, and insanely difficult. While the harsh truth is that it is difficult, people try to jump around this with fancy methods that promise effortless results, become inconsistent and dissatisfied after a few weeks, or just simply don't even start at all. Looking at it this way is why you procrastinate. You procrastinate because you're overwhelmed, not because you're lazy. Where do you think I would be if I didn't tell depressed 14-year-old me to get the fuck up? The pain of going to the gym was far less worse than the pain I would have felt of regret. All you need is the first step, to realize that achieving the body of your dreams is possible. Before we even touch a weight or do a single push-up, let's start with the mindsets you will need to carve into your brain. You need to realize that getting jacked is a marathon, not a sprint. Let me explain. Common question is, how long until I start seeing results? But that way of thinking is flawed. You're viewing success based on looking better when you can't even exercise consistently yet. How do you expect a perfect routine to take you anywhere when you can't even stick to it? So your first goal is to just start getting consistent. Just being consistent can take you very far. You're planning to stick with this for the rest of your life, right? Instead of viewing success based on looking better, view it based on your ability to get up and go work out, even when you don't feel like it. Every time you're laying on the couch and you're all comfortable, like, man, I don't even feel like working out. One missed day couldn't hurt, right? But you go and work out anyways, it literally sends you dimensions above everyone else who's trying to get fit right now. Think of it as a level up for your lifting discipline, and the more often you do it, the easier it gets. Trust me. But maybe the thought of spending so long before you start seeing physical results still bothers you though. Well, always remember that you don't feel all the hardship and struggle at once. It's not like some giant burden that's cast onto you the minute you decide to start. Actually, the most pain you will ever feel is the pain of just one singular rep. Literally, if you can tolerate the pain of a hard rep, you can tolerate this entire journey. Take it one day at a time, one rep at a time. Honestly, I get a lot of my pride and happiness from completing workouts, knowing I put in a good effort. Bro, just imagine having a literal guaranteed way to get some natural happiness out of you. Getting jacked is not just a cold hard journey that you will dread. It will become an irreplaceable part of your life that you can even start to look forward to, man. So ease up and take it one day at a time with me. I hope that you adopt these mindsets because they can be applied to so much more than just lifting. Anyways, let's move on to what to actually do during your workouts. So we will start with a very simple yet effective routine that you can build off of. You should get a gym membership, however, but if you can't, you could still follow along. Here's some basic lifting terminology. A rep is one movement of an exercise, so like one push-up, and a set is a bunch of reps done after another, like 10 push-ups. To start off the routine on Monday, you will begin with push-ups until you can't. That's one set. Now rest for 3 minutes and then do that all over again. That's another set. And now just do it for one last set, and that's 3 sets of push-ups until failure. Now after doing all that, you'll be sore and wondering, well, what do I do the next time I do push-ups? Literally just try to do at least one more rep than you did last time. This is possible since you've just challenged your push-up muscles with a resistance which signal to your body to make adaptations to make them bigger and stronger. But now that you're stronger, you need more resistance to get the same adaptive effect. Makes sense, right? It's like a game, trying to beat your old rep record each time until your record makes you a god at the game. Alright, so 3 sets of push-ups to failure. If you can't do push-ups yet, then just replace them with knee push-ups. If you can't do them either, do wall push-ups. After that, simply just do 3 sets of pull-ups to failure. I know most of you wouldn't be able to do pull-ups though, so start with jumping up to the top position of a pull-up and trying to lower yourself as slowly and controlled as possible, and then repeating. These are known as negative pull-ups since they only have you working the lowering portion. Once you can do at least 1 but less than 10 regular pull-ups, start doing regular pull-ups to failure, and then negative pull-ups right after to failure. Once you get above 10 pull-ups, you can start just doing your sets with normal pull-ups. However, if you're too overweight for pull-ups or you can't do pull-ups and you're at the gym, just do assisted pull-ups or lat pull-downs. The best part is that this is pretty much it for today's workout. It may not feel like much, but trust me, if you work hard, this will be plenty to get you started and build some beginner muscle. The following day on Tuesday, you will begin with just 3 sets of squats with a bar on your back or lunges if you don't have access to a gym. And lastly, do 3 sets of Romanian deadlifts with a bar or single leg glute bridges if you don't have access to a gym. Protocol is the same as before. For weighted gym exercises, just pick a random weight you can do that challenges you under 15 reps. And you may be wondering, am I supposed to just infinitely accumulate reps? Like just keep doing one more rep and one more rep until eventually I'm at like 100 reps for each exercise? Well, that isn't gonna happen. So this is what you do instead. Once you have reached around 15 reps for an exercise, you have 2 options. You can do a harder variation or increase the weight. For example, if you are doing knee push-ups, once you can do 15 knee push-ups, switch to regular push-ups. But if you're already doing regular push-ups, you could instead switch to diamond push-ups. Or you could add weight by wearing a backpack with some heavy stuff in it. Possibilities are endless. Adding weight's even simpler if you're already doing doing a weighted exercise like a lat pull down squat or Romanian deadlift. Once you reach 15 reps, just add 5 to 10 pounds, man. Easy. Then after Monday and Tuesday, take Wednesday off lifting and maybe go for a jog or something to get your conditioning up. Then simply repeat for what you did Monday and Tuesday for Thursday and Friday. And that's literally the entire lifting schedule. Each workout should only take you like 45 minutes max, and you can make some great newbie gains off of this. Sounds good? Alright, let's move on, man. What do you think a muscle building diet looks like? A lot of people new to lifting will think it's some insane salad and chicken breast only type shit. 24/7 clean organic foods. It's not like that at all. Diet for muscle building is actually very simple if you just boil it down to 2 simple milestones: eating to your calorie goal and eating enough protein. If you're a bit experienced but want to improve your diet, I have another video for that. But if you're a complete beginner, 1. Don't overwhelm yourself. Remember what I told you about lifting. Building a habit is so much more important than just being perfect. 2. Once a day, for maybe one meal, just deeply think about how this meal could be improved. Think about how you could get more protein in and eat more or less calories. And on some days, you can even act upon that. Here are some tips in order to get more protein. Try to eat as much meat as you can. Eggs, nut butters, or Greek yogurts are quick foods that can significantly complement most meals and also get in some extra calories. Use protein powder and dairy products or even water to get more protein in. And it even helps with cutting weight if you use the water method. If you are skinny or skinny fat, you want to eat more calories than you are now, which is referred to as a bulk. Here are some tips to eat more calories. Pick a decent amount of foods you enjoy eating. Your diet doesn't have to be 100% clean foods, and clean foods don't have to be just unseasoned foods you hate. There are tons of free recipes online or non-ultra processed foods that taste great. Go for low volume, high calorie foods like peanut butter. You can actually make your meals more calorie dense by just adding spoons of olive oil. Whenever you make rice or other carbs, add olive oil. Making spaghetti, add oil to the sauce. Spam peanut butter and milk too. Eat faster. I'm usually eating at a pretty quick pace, which keeps my appetite high so I can stomach larger portions of food. It keeps your appetite high because it takes your brain some time to realize that you are full. Lastly, invest in protein shakes since they are an easy way to quickly get calories in. I recommend using things like whipping cream, peanut butter, oats, protein powder, milk, etc. If you are weight or obese, you want to eat fewer calories than you are now, which is referred to as a cut. Protein count remains similar whether you cut or you bulk. Here are some tips to eat fewer calories. Try to eat minimally processed whole foods. Keep the ingredients basic but tasty. Simple rice, beans, and chicken can serve as a good base, where you can add additional things like other meats, eggs, and frozen vegetables. When you're at the store getting groceries, avoid purchasing junk food. Having cheap food right in your house makes it so much harder to resist the temptation. Eating more protein makes you feel more full and satiated, so you get fewer cravings. Slowing down how you eat can actually help your body recognize that you're full before you eat more calories than you should. And lastly, just walk more. If you find yourself scrolling a lot on social media or watching a lot of videos for enjoyment, just walk laps around a table or around your house while doing it. Like sometimes I'm responding to most of you while walking around my dining room table. All the extra walking adds up to way more calories burned than you think. Sounds like a lot, but always remember, if you're overwhelmed, your second goal is to just start with the 30-minute workouts I provided. And try to apply just one of my diet tips during the day. Even if you can't, at least you have it in mind. The most important thing is that you are at least building good habits. If you can't keep consistent with exercising, you can fall back to getting your diet on point. But if you can't keep consistent with your diet, you can always fall back to getting your lifts in. Now for the final thing you can try to work on. A while back before I started lifting, I was fixing my shitty middle school sleep schedule. I used to stay up past 1 a.m. every night being a depressed, degenerate 13-year-old on Discord. Every morning, I woke up at 6 in the morning with like 15 eye bags under my eyes, which I think a lot of you can relate to. Nobody has a good sleep schedule these days, and it's become normalized to be an insomniac. But if you want results, you're gonna need about 7+ hours of sleep a night, which is way easier said than done. So here are some quick tips. Give your electronics to your parents right before you sleep, or even purchase one of those phone jailbox things. Make your room as cool and as dark as you can. Turn the AC and the fans on. Shut off all the lights and try to limit blue light. Invest in some melatonin supplements. Around 3 milligrams is all you need. Take them around an hour before you want to sleep. And lastly, just turn on Do Not Disturb so you don't get any tempting notifications. Sleep is vital for making gains. Sleep, diet, and training is all you will need to start working on. But don't be too overwhelmed. You can work on one thing at a time or multiple things at a time. If you're not doing good at one thing, you can always work on another thing, and so on. And that's all I have to share with you in this video, brother. Remember, results for you right now are just being able to consistently do the good habits. Physical results come after. Once you are in this long enough to start getting consistent physical results, you can move on to more extensive weight training plans, since the one I gave you is very minimalist. If you want more extensive guides on sleep and diet, I got you covered right here. So what are you waiting for? Go start working and take action. You can like and subscribe if you'd like. Join the Discord server if you want direct help from me and others. And I hope you have a great day.